if I'm saying your name right, is so important for each of us to do the healing work, to do the work of our hearts. And this is absolutely the work of my heart, the work that God has given me to do. It is so great that people receive it because, you know, it could be a different way.
Oh, yeah.
The
It
person,
could definitely be a different
oh,
way.
the person I'm speaking to. Oh, okay. So I am live right now on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. And I also have a room full of people who have been with me for 216 days for the law of attraction. So I'm speaking to my Zoom class. So my Zoom class is who I'm speaking to. They said, who are you talking to? I said, oh, that's Abraham Hicks. No, who are you speaking to? Who's speaking back to you? So that is the Zoom room speaking to me. So we have been here intentionally learning how to use the law of attraction. We know that the law of attraction is always working. Whether you believe it or not, you are attracting the life that you are living. And if that life is anything less than what you want, then there's some work that you need to do on your law of attraction skills.
But you can fix it.
You can fix it. You can fix it. We have been working from the Law of Attraction Planner for the last 216 days. It has been so important for us to have a guide because most people aren't sure even how to begin the process of the law of attraction. And the first and foremost is really just awareness and self-discovery. It's so important to become aware of who you are, what you are, who you are supposed to be. You know, hey, what you say, you really need to fix it. Things are not ideal. I definitely get that. You know, we have all, and even in this space, you know, we together have helped each other through so much conflict and drama together, in the words of Ayanna Van Zandt. You know, really, it's about asking yourself what it is that you really want in your life. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Why do you want it? Who will be impacted by it if you get it? If it's just for you, a lot of times you won't get it. But if it's to impact yourself, your family, and those people who are connected to you via, I don't know, social platforms, work, church, wherever, to impact those people, then God has a tendency to help you to bring those things to life. So the goal is to find your life purpose. What is your purpose for life? Why are you here? We all have a reason for being here. They say the two most important days are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And some of us have been fortunate to find out why we are here and have absolutely surrendered to why we are here and is doing the work. I am your humble host, Darlaina Rose. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner. I'm a life and health coach, and God gave me the work of people. And I am happy to do the work. I'm happy to impact lives in the ways that He has taught me to and directed me to learn to do even more. Watching from Tokyo. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. What time is it?
What time is it in Tokyo? My God, is it nighttime? Isn't it tomorrow?
Yeah, it might be because it's tomorrow in Sydney.
Yeah, yeah. And so, and that's the goal, to find your life purpose. And so how do you find your life purpose? You really just have to ask yourself some really empowering questions to find out what you want, to find out why you're here. And the question is truly, if money and time were not an issue, what would you do? If you got $50,000 right now, what would you do? Would you stay at the job that you're at? Would you stay in the relationship that you're in? Your answer, yes or no, to those questions is the answer to what you should be doing right now. If the answer is I'm out, then you should be out. You should be out. You should be out, and you should be out right now. Working your way towards being out. Because life is not meant to be spent unhappy. There's a documentary on Netflix. It's called From Our Mother's Gardens. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, watch it. This lady, she said, she's like from New Orleans. And she's sitting there with her head tied. She has jewelry going up all her arms and on all her fingers, really light-skinned Black lady. And she said, my mother or my grandmother never went to church. You know, people got these praying grandmothers and all this. She said, that wasn't my story. She said, my grandmother had 11 husbands, and my mother was the root lady of the block. And she said, men are like buses. If you miss one, catch the next one.
That's cute.
I feel it.
Like buses.
Oh my goodness. I cracked up laughing so hard because I said, I'd have missed a couple buses, baby. Need to get back on the stop. But absolutely, life is what we make it, you know?
I guess you gotta be in the bus stop to catch the bus.
I think you could say that about women too. Get on the bus stop, catch another one. Listen, sometimes we find ourselves connected with people that we're so unhappy with, and we stay so unhappy.
And we think that's the only bus.
And we think it's the only bus. Another bus
Right.
coming.
Some buses need to be missed. Too.
Yeah.
Get,
All right.
well, if
Some
you're on
buses
the
need to
wrong
be
bus,
missed.
get off. If you're on the wrong bus, get off the bus.
You're in the
That's
right
right.
place at the right time with the right.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And somebody said school bus or what? No, the man bus or the woman bus. Get another
If
bus.
Wrong bus, get off.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Just
yes.
go where the bus route's going.
Go with the bus, pass them by. That's right.
You got to go where you're supposed to be going.
Some of y'all need to get off the bus while it's still moving.
Oh, my.
And be glad to jump off. Don't wait
Jump
for
off.
the stop.
You know, it's just so, you know, of course we're being facetious, but it's really, you know, important for us to find our happiness, to find, you know, the happiness in yourself. And if you're finding you're in spaces that you're unhappy in, then you
Get
just
off
get to
the
make the
bus.
choice. Stop, drop, and roll. Yes,
Take the next bus, Gus.
yes, yes.
Gotta
You know,
be free.
What's that song? Hop on the bus, Gus, make a new plan, Stan.
Make a new plan, Stan.
Plan, Stan. So really, like we sometimes we stay in jobs too long. We stay in relationships too long. Just things that's not working. That's one thing. If you know you're in a long-term relationship and you just need to spice it up or do something, you know, just to get some more excitement, go out, do something. That's one thing. But when you're just plain unhappy, can't fix it, then it's time to make a new plan. And the way that you know if it's time to make a new plan is if you got $50,000, what would you do?
If you got $5,000, you probably make a new plan.
Listen, the first time I heard that question, I was like, wow, is it really about the money? It really is, because some people are in situations because they don't have the money to make a move. But the minute they get the money, gone. And that could be gone from work, gone from the relationship, gone from the neighborhood, anything. So think about
All of the above.
think about what it is that you would do if time and money were not an issue. And that will answer a bunch of your questions as to why you are attracting some of the things that you're attracting to. You know, how do you want to show up in the world? You know, what do you want to contribute? You know, when you start to ask yourself that, not only will you get the self-awareness, you'll get the discovery, you'll be able to determine your life purpose. Why are you here? What is that thing that you do that makes you happy when you do it? And what do people say about you? People absolutely say, oh, you know, she's really the best cake baker. You know, you want a good cake, you know, you get it from her. Or, you know, she makes this amazing whipped shea butter. It feels so good on your skin. What is the thing that you do that everybody knows you for? You know, people talk about, I got to build my brand, my brand, my brand. Your brand is already built. Your brand is that thing that people already know about you. And you're just developing that. Because as soon as you say any of our names, you already know who that person is. You say Dr. Loretta, think about her, you already know what you're going to say. If you say Debbie, you already know what you're going to say. If you say Bridget, you already know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, oh yeah, Lady Smackdown. If you say Brenda, you're going to say Quiet Storm. If you say Sherry, you're going to say fashion design. You're going to say headpieces. You already know what that person is already about. And so the same is true for you. So what is that thing that feels so good when you do it? You know, it's so important for us to ask that question, you know, who are you and why are you here? You know, when you ask yourself that question and really sit with the question, you'll get the answer. You will absolutely get the answer. And the thing about life is I could ask you a question and you can give me an answer, and it may or may not be true, and I don't know if it's true or not. But the one person that you can't lie to is yourself.
Is yourself.
You know your truth. And you can say one thing on the outside, but the inside is really screaming, telling you the truth. One of the times when I went to Philly, I had this dream.
One of the times.
One of the times. And the dream was of this little girl who was running around the house like a Tasmanian devil. She running around, she pulling down the curtains, she got a red marker, she writing all over the walls and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a demon child in my dream. And I'm screaming, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus in my dream. And she jumped in my face and she said, I love Jesus too. And then she said, why did you bring me here?
Uh-oh.
Why did you bring me here? Why are we here? What are we doing here? And when I think in my mind and I see this child that was in my dream, the child looks like me at 6 years old, a picture that my parents have. And
It's your wounded child.
It was me saying, why did you come back here? We don't want to be here. And sometimes we ignore things like that. Internally, yeah, you want to help your family, you want to do all that, but that's not where you want to be if that's not where you want to be. So it's so important for us to ask the hard questions. Good morning. Ask the hard questions so that you know where you are and what you're doing. And one of the things that the planner does is absolutely ask us these empowering questions to empower our day. And we can, answer these questions every morning. What are you happy about in your life right now? What are you excited about in your life right now? What are you grateful for in your life right now? What are you enjoying most in your life right now? What are you committed to in your life right now? And see, some of the commitments that we make don't feel good. It don't feel good. You make the commitment to drop the baby off and pick the baby up and you don't have no kids. Or you make the commitment that you're going to allow somebody to be in your space for however long and it's just don't feel right. So determine those commitments and what those commitments feel like. If they don't feel good, maybe it's time to end some of these commitments that we've been holding on to for so long.
Ooh, you just said a big word, trying to be a Christian and saying yes to everything. And a lot of them you should have been saying no.
Yeah. And you learn really quickly that you should have said no when the person or place or
First
happens. You know, the first time you're in it, you're like, this don't feel good. And
no, they're gonna be mad at me. Well, they're mad
yeah,
at you already. Shoot.
listen, they mad at themselves. So listen, mind your business.
Darlaina. And
Huh?
sometimes it doesn't feel right, but it's not because whatever they're doing is evil or wrong.
Yes.
It's just not for you.
Absolutely.
That's
And you
right.
think of, I would have rather gone there, or I would have rather stay home and continue to work on whatever. But
Yeah.
the more you know yourself, the more you know where, okay, I don't belong here. You know, this can be a short visit or a short stay.
Yes.
You know, what else is in this neighborhood I can do, or who else can I go see?
And you get to know no is a complete sentence. You don't
That's
have
right.
to justify
That's right.
it to
They
nobody.
say exit stage.
Stage left.
We out. Scoop said, I'm struggling to attract success, a different job. You know, sometimes when you are working in wanting, you know, certain things, you really have to identify what you want. You have to identify what you want and what you need to attract it or to get it. If you are working at an entry level position and you want to be a doctor, you might have to go to school. Or there might be something that you may need to do. Maybe you need to hire a professional to help you with your resume, to get you with the words. Because these resume, the way that people get hired now, listen, find somebody who has the position that you want and talk to them. Or talk to the hiring managers, the recruiters. You have to, because it's not done the same. First and foremost, most people who get jobs, especially meaningful jobs, they just reach out to people who's in the position. You know, it's something about the way, like there used to be a time when you just sent your resume, mailed your resume, all of that, and somebody physically looked at it. Now they send them through these machines that read words. And if your resume doesn't have the appropriate words, it gets kicked straight out. And you don't even hear from them. So it's important to talk to somebody who is a recruiter, talk to somebody, to talk to somebody who is a recruiter, or to follow somebody on YouTube who's a recruiter, somebody that can help you with the words for what it is that you are looking to get. That's the way the world is set up now. You know, when I think about working, I wouldn't even put a resume in. I would just start calling people. So see who's in your network and determine, you know, what you can do with the people in your network. And so you know, it's so important to ask yourself these really empowering questions to determine where you are in your life. You know, one of the main questions I ask my my clients is, when they tell me something that is happening, I ask them, how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
When you say something is going on in your life, how does that make you feel? So remember that question. How does this make me feel? And then the second question is, do you want more of it?
Do you want to keep on feeling that way?
That's it. That's literally like how the conversation goes. People call me and start telling me all these things is going on in their life. Well, how does that make you feel? And do you want more of it? And usually the answer is, I don't want more of it. Okay.
Then what are you going to do about it?
So what are we going to do? What are we going to do different that we hadn't done before? And then the other part is really sticking to our GPS, our God placement system. Our God placement system in our bodies is our emotions. And so if our emotions are down, low in anger and fear and hurt and all of that, you usually attract more of that. So all of the success and the money and the happiness that you want is up here. So you got to vibrate higher. And so if you find yourself down here in low vibration emotions, then you have to learn the tips and the tools to raise your own vibration. So in order to raise your own vibration, what do you need to do? The first and foremost thing is to affirm yourself that you are enough, to become aware of how you feel, accept the emotion, don't resist it, and allow yourself to feel and let go. I allow myself to feel and let go. Affirm that. I let go easily and see the light in me. I let go easily, all is well. And then after that, determine the action steps that you can take to help you to move from down here to up here. So your action step might be to visualize that your dreams have come true, to do some charity work, to give 5 compliments to 5 different people, to spend time with positive friends. You know, we said identify your rocket booster friends. Those are your friends that will lend you their legs of faith when your legs are weak. So who are your rocket booster friends? Play a game, watch funny movies, sing out loud, play your favorite song, do something artistic. Go for a massage, a facial, manicure, pedicure, whatever. Just go do something for yourself. Whenever life is really beating you up, the thing that works best is extreme self-care. Take a bath, wash your hair, read a book, do something that is just seeding into you. You know, the only way you can serve other people is by putting your own oxygen mask on first. It's so important to put your own oxygen mask on first, because if you can't breathe,
You can't help nobody.
you can't help nobody else. So it's so important for us to do that. And, you know, when you are thinking about what it is that you want to do 2 things. The first thing is you want to write yourself out a life statement. Your life statement starts out, I'm so happy and grateful now that. Now that what? Now that I'm living the life of my dreams, now that I live where I want to live, I work where I want to work, I serve how I want to serve, whatever the thing is that you want, you write it down as if it is already done, right? And then once you have written it down as if it's already done, then you create your vision board. Your vision board is literally a bunch of pictures in relation to the life statement that you wrote. If you say, I want to work as a liaison at a hospital, maybe you'll put a hospital picture and maybe you'll put some families around there. If you say, I want to create transitional housing, maybe you put an apartment building up there or a couple of other types of houses there that people can stay in. Whatever it is that you want to manifest. If you say, I want to manifest the love of my life, then put pictures of people who look like they love each other. You know, whatever it is that you are attempting to attract, you write the vision and make it plain, because that it's a book I know, and it says the people perish for lack of vision. So what is the vision? You got to have a vision. So you got to write the vision and make it plain. And once you write the vision and make it plain, you create the vision board to go along with it. And once you have those 2 pieces once you have those tools, because they are really tools, you read your life statement in the morning and visualize with your vision board in the morning when you first wake up, and do the same thing at night. And you'll find that is creating this auto suggestion from your conscious mind going to your subconscious mind. And it'll really start to talk and start to bring things to you. You'll be surprised at what shows up for you when you start visualizing everything that you want, writing down everything that you want. Yes, it takes time, but once it's done, it's done. And then once you write the first one, I promise you, you will keep adding more, changing it, adding more and changing it. It's so important to do that, because so many people go through life without even knowing what they really want. And so when you don't know what you really want, anything shows up. And then anything becomes acceptable because you don't know what you want. But once you have identified what you want, when anything that you don't want shows up, oh baby, it's going so fast you won't even know what hit you up. No, ooh, 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 ooh. Not what I want. Send him or her packing so fast, or the job that showed send it so. Listen, nope, don't want to do that. Not doing it. Gotta go, and you send it going because
You're
you
standing
know,
guard so it can't ease up on you. You're up,
yeah, we don't want it.
It's like your doorbell.
Yeah.
You're on camera and dismiss. Get on off my porch.
Listen, when something shows up that's not supposed that you don't want, you absolutely can identify it because you have taken the time out to identify what you want. So if it doesn't fit, it gotta go. Period. You're not even going to let it pass you. It's not. And it's truly like the doorbell. Somebody come and knocking, or somebody come and ringing. You look, you say, not open the door for them. Don't want to talk to them. Solicitors come, all kinds of people come to your door, and you get to choose whether you open it or not. And it's the same thing with
your door talks to them. You don't have to.
Nope. It pops up on my phone. They picture come up, and if it ain't somebody I recognize, I'll just stay right where I'm at. And that's just it, and you get to do that in life.
Yeah.
You get to do that in life. If something or somebody shows up that you don't want any parts of, absolutely, you do not have to open your door. You do not have to say yes. It is okay to say no. And no is a complete sentence and does not require an explanation.
Your door doesn't even make you say no. The door tells them no. You push a button and the door talks to him.
Yeah, it says camera recording. And then it pops up on my phone that somebody rang the bell or that somebody's even on the porch, and I can look and see who it is. I saw Debbie and Dr. Loretta before they even got up on the steps.
What, in the driveway you saw us?
I saw you right when you got in front of my car.
Oh, all right.
Because Debbie was taking pictures.
Well, I'm glad you let us in.
Yeah, our driver was doing a video.
Oh,
remember? She did a video.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's right.
So yeah, when you think about, life, this is the way life is. And so it's important to, have those types of protections as a single woman living in Atlanta, Georgia,
Anywhere.
Anywhere is right. Anywhere is right. So it's just really, really important that we do our own due diligence and really determine what it is that you want for your life, because you only get one. And who wants to live this life unhappy? You can blame the government, you can blame your parents, you can blame a whole lot of people, but the more you blame other people for your life, you give all your power away to those people and to those places, but if you take responsibility for your entire life and all of your result, you can then move from that space.
You can take responsibility for the good part too.
Absolutely.
If you give up the blame game.
Yes, it's so important that we, who is that? Jack Canfield. Event plus response equals outcome. The events are going to come. Our response to the events is what determines the outcome. And so we want to have good responses to things that happen. Things are going to happen. Abraham Hicks calls it contrast. Contrast always shows up, and it will, and it's okay. And so it's so important for us to do, and have the things that we really want to create this amazing, beautiful life. So as always, I'm so grateful for each of you that comes here. We are rounding out July. July is almost over. Today is day 216 that we've been together, 216 days, team no days off. We are here 7 days a week. Life don't take no days off, so neither do we. We are here 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. But the 8 p.m. call is very exclusive. It is facilitated by Brenda Bryant, who is one of our amazing, illustrious people that are part of the Law of Attraction group. And so if you're interested in how you get to the 8 p.m. call, because it's so important for us to not only manage our mornings, but manage our evenings too. So at the end of the
Especially
night.
before you're getting ready to go to sleep. So you got to
Yes.
clear stuff out.
Absolutely, because it's a way for you to measure your day and how your day went and all of that. And so that's what we do at the 8 p.m. So if you're interested in that, absolutely DM me about how you can be a part of the Zoom room. And yeah, so we're so grateful for each and every one of you. Does anybody have any parting thoughts before we go?
We're always in the right place at the right time with the right people, doing the right thing for the right reasons, and everything's in divine order. As Jabez says, bless us indeed, expand our territory, extend an open hand to us that we may do no harm. And we let go and let God, and we go with the flow and let the money roll in.
Let the money roll in.
Ching, ching, goes the money.
Ching, ching goes the money tree. So good, so good, so good. Well, you guys, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. We are absolutely in line, on purpose, and doing amazing things. So thank you all for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.
Thank
Bye,
you. Have a great day.